Good morning, everybody. I was waiting for the music to kick in, and it didn't kick in. There we go. Sorry about that. And I want to make sure I get everybody. So we have 3 for Jim Sylvia. We have 5 for Jacob Janicki. And hi, everybody. Let me turn down the headphones. I'm Dominic Damiano. Welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk. As I totally not blow up this whole board here, I was waiting for the music to kick in, and it didn't kick in. I was like, what the heck is going on here? So today we're going to have for people that saw us on our Instagram and on Twitter, we are going to do our annual playoff show, and I'm just trying to find our music here, make sure I get it all situated here. And we're going to run down everybody that made it. Well, everyone that qualified, and we'll let you know how it made in the Elite Eight. I'm just trying to get our fancy music up here so you don't hear my yucky voice. I don't want to say yucky voice, but my more, I wouldn't say morbid, but anyway, let me see if I can get our music going on. Did you guys have a good weekend? Good week, I should say.
Yeah, no.
So far.
Well,
the weekend, anyway.
Right.
Pretty good week. We had last week off, some time to relax. So
right. Well,
it's always good.
Well, you're busy doing that stuff for your grandfather too. Doing this,
always, yeah.
Right. So let me see. I get this.
Tournament season, everybody's busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Constantly something going on.
So anyway, this is what we're gonna fire up the music. We are gonna let you know. Sorry if we sound blah. We had a great time off for a week. Now we're trying to get back in the thick of things. So we're gonna start with Division I girls softball. So we're gonna congratulate all the teams and then we're gonna let you know how it played out and what's next for people in Division I girls softball. With that being said, here comes the music. Here we go. I love this music. All right, so in Division I, 36 teams qualified, and this is how it played out. Number 1, Taunton. Number 2, Central Catholic. Number 3, Attleboro. Then we'll go Shrewsbury, Wachusett Regional, Bridgewater, Raynham, Hopkinton, Newton North, Andover, Malden Catholic rolls out Division number 10. Continuing on, Needham, Franklin, Chelmsford, Bishop Feion, Peabody Veterans, Braintree, Billerica Memorial, New Bedford, Acton, Boxborough, North Andover, Haverhill, Methuen, Lexington, Beverly, Wellesley, Plymouth North, Woburn Memorial, Lowell, Westford Academy, Weymouth, Lincoln, Sudbury, Winchester, Newton South, Medford, Algonquin, and Revere at the 36th spot. In the Elite Eight, it was Taunton over Newton North, 12-2. Shrewsbury, they beat up on Franklin 6-5. I shouldn't say beat up, close one, 6-5. Central Catholic over Malden Catholic, 6-3. Attleboro, they blanked Bridgewater Raynham 10-0. In the Final Four, Taunton advances with a 9-2 win over Shrewsbury, and Attleboro advances as well with a 5-4 win against Central Catholic, which makes your matchup today 5 o'clock at Worcester State at 5 p.m. It'll be number 1 Catholic taking on, I want to make sure I get their number right, of course, Attleboro. They will battle out for the state championship, Division I state championship, again today, 5 o'clock at Worcester State. And that is Division I girls softball. And then Jim will dive into boys baseball.
Boys baseball. We had 38 teams qualified, going in order from 1 to 38. Boston College High, Bishop Feion, Springfield Central, St. John's, Catholic Memorial, Xaverian Brothers, Taunton, Cambridge Regional Lanton, Natick, Shrewsbury, rounded out the top 10. At number 11, Winchester, St. John's Prep, Wellesley, Franklin, Weymouth, Newton South, Braintree, Chelmsford, Leominster, Waltham, Wachusett Regional, Plymouth North, Pope Francis, Hopkinton, Lincoln, Sudbury, Westford Academy, North Andover, Durfee, Arlington, Bridgewater, Rainham, Brookline, Belmont, Methuen, Andover, North Quincy, Diamond Regional, Malden, and Medford rounded out the field there in Division I baseball. And around the 8, Cambridge Regional Lanton beat Boston College High 5-1. Catholic Memorial 19-8 over St. John's. Bishop Fian 10-5 over Pope Francis, and Severian Brothers 7-3 over Leominster. In the semifinals, Catholic Memorial 6, Cambridge Vigilantin 1, Bishop Fian 6-3 over Severian Brothers. In the championship game, Bishop Fian at Catholic Memorial. That's going to be at Polar Park tonight at 6 p.m.
There you go. There's Division 1.
Beautiful.
And now Jacob Janicki, he will give you the next one we're going to cover. Who do you got?
Yes, sir. I got Division II softball going from 1 to 39. 39 teams make it. We got King Philip Regional, Marshfield, Somerset Berkeley Regional, Shepherd Hill Regional, Walpole, East Longmeadow, Wakefield Memorial, Silver Lake Regional, Reading Memorial, Milton, Stoughton, Plymouth South, Middleborough, Longmeadow, Marblehead, Tewksbury Memorial, Milford, Agawam, North Attleboro, Massacomet Regional, Danvers, Archbishop Williams, Whitman-Hanson Regional, Mansfield, Leominster, Bedford, Dartmouth, Ashland, Oliver Ames, Minnechaug,
Yep.
Westfield, Baypath, Nashoba Regional. Nashoba.
I
My
got
fault.
you. I got
Thank you, Dominic, for the
Close enough.
assist. Bristol, Plymouth, Hingham, Northampton, Wayland, Lynn Classical, and Putnam Voc Tech. Going into the round of 8, as King Philip Regional will blank Silver Lake Regional 11-0. Shepherd Hill will take the win over Walpole 8-0. Wakefield Memorial will be able to edge out a win over Mansfield 2-1, and Somerset Berkeley will take down Stoughton 7-5. Going to the semifinals, King Philip Regional staying hot, going 12-0 against Shepherd Hill Regional. Then Somerset Berkeley will edge out the win against Wakefield Memorial 2-3, 3-2. My fault. And the championship will be played today at 2:30 at Worcester State.
There you go. And that is, so we got Division 1 softball, Division 1 baseball, Division 2 softball, right? Division
Yep.
1. So that's pretty cool. So we're getting ready to wind down to our first break, believe it or not, and I got to make sure I fade this out right so we're not drowning it out. But a lot of other things going on. We have Cal Ripken baseball starting up. Not sure, Jim. What's your guess on Little League District, Little League starting up? What would you give it for a date?
Most of the divisions start around the 29th or the 30th.
So the end of the month.
Of June, the end of the month, yeah.
And I like the idea where I hope what they do is, I'm referring to Little League, the same thing Cal Ripken does. You have one town hosting the districts, one age group hosting the. I think that's so much smarter.
That's the
The
way to
10U division is hosted by Swansea Little League.
Yep.
They've hosted it for years. They acquired that, for lack of a better term, through they had a death of a player in the league, and they named a tournament. The district named a tournament after that particular child, and they've been hosting it for it's about 10 years now, and so that's good that it's in one central location, and it's easier to schedule games and stuff. The 12U, 11U, 9U, all in different locations. Depending on how the brackets go,
Yeah.
you may get a home game, and
Right.
they want to give teams home games in some of these tournaments, But I agree with you in the fact that it's easier logistically to have the tournaments in one spot.
Right. Like they're doing that the home
play
league.
all
Yeah.
the games. Not everybody has multiple fields at their locations, and that could be a problem. But as far as like Swansea with the 10U, they have three 10U fields there, so they could play 3 games at one time.
Yeah, they have a nice little area down there.
Especially if you get into weather situations where you're making
Right.
up games, you can play multiple games at one time, and that's definitely a benefit.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to get out there before we dive, we'll just wound this into our first break. So yesterday, the day before I had my eyes straightened out, if you will. So we posted the Mary A. Damiano Scholarship, which will be given to one male, one female high school athlete in Norfolk, Bristol, and Plymouth County. It's on our website, so you can apply. Of course, you have to attend the basketball ceremony, the Hall of Fame ceremony we do every year. So I'm really psyched to do that in my mother's name. I thought that was pretty cool. And I was really excited that my nieces and nephews, these big lawyers and CEOs, decided to get into it as soon as I mentioned Nana's name. And I'm like, how come you didn't jump into when I started this gig? But it's a good thing. It's posted on our website, right on the front page, what the criteria is to apply. It's really easy. You got to have a 3.0, be involved with high school sports, not a specific sport. And again, it's people out in Norfolk and Plymouth and Bristol County. Again, 3.0 to one male, one female. It's $1,000 to each kid. Not a bad deal. And my nieces and nephews are already thinking about how we're going to raise the money and get that going for Nana. And I'm looking forward to getting that going. Just, see how many people want to, the kids could use the money for the books and stuff.
College,
and
anything
a laptop,
you can get,
right?
You take. It's very important. School now is extremely expensive, so again.
The hardest thing now is I just got to get the link out to all these schools, and I'm going to talk to ChatGPT and see if they can give me a list of all the public high schools in Bristol and Plymouth County. I'm just going to go to town, and hopefully, I would hope there'd be like a generic link for these
I think
schools.
it's fantastic that your family wants to do this in honor of your mom. Like we said, there's kids could use the money going to school. Everything's more expensive now and stuff, and it's an awesome thing that the show's going to put this out there and give kids an opportunity to apply and get some help.
All right, so with that being said, we'll step away. You are listening and watching 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online, all one word. 4deepsportstalk.com. Me and the crew will be back with more as we give you the rundown on spring high school sports here in 2026. Holy moly, no music, just like that. Bang, we're back.
Boom.
He's Jim Sylvia. That's Jacob Janicki. I'm Dominic Damiano. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk as we start the second segment, the second quarter of this hour, as we give you the rundown here in high school and youth sports, spring sports, the playoff schedule. And with that being said, I'm going to stop talking and stop congratulating these kids. We'll start here with Baseball Division II, and here they are. Make sure I get that fired up. There it is. Okay, Boys Baseball Division II. These are the teams that qualified. There were 37, and they're listed as follows. St. Mary's, Walpole, Reading Memorial, Milton, Bishop Stang, Shepherd Hill Regional, Longmeadow, Menachog, Hingham, Wakefield Memorial, King Philip, North Attleboro, Grafton, Mansfield, Duxbury, Westwood, West Springfield, Barnstable, Ashland, Somerset Berkeley Regional, that's the 20th spot. Continuing on, Marshfield, Doherty Memorial, Westboro, Neshoba Regional, Mattacoshmont Regional, Holliston, Canton, Billerica Memorial, Marblehead, Oliver Ames, Melrose, Dartmouth, Norwood, Bedford, South High Community, Ling Classic, Somerville in the 37th spot. In the Elite 8, the round of 8. Here are your results. St. Mary's, they beat Mattacoshmont Regional 4-1. Sorry about that again. Milton over Billerica Memorial 3-2. Longmeadow over Walpole 7-6. It seems like Walpole's always in there somewhere when it comes to baseball. King Philip Regional, close one, beating Reading Memorial 1-0. In the Final Four, Milton over St. Mary's 6-5. Another close game in the Final Four. that was played over the Holy Cross King Philip Regional. They beat Longmeadow 5-4. And in the state championship last night at Polar Park, congratulations to the King Philip Warriors with a 4-1 win over Milton, your 2002 Division II baseball state champions. And moving on to, what do we got? Girls softball?
I got girls softball Division 3.
Yes, sir.
40 teams qualify for the tournament from 1 to 10. Dighton Rehoboth, Norton, Joseph Case, Tantascwa Regional, Apponequet Regional, Foxborough, Gloucester, St. Mary's, St. Paul Diocesan, and Cardinal Spellman from 11 to 40. Greater New Bedford, Folk Tech, Nipmuc Regional, Fairhaven, Pennachuck Regional, Auburn, Dedham, Wilmington, North Reading, Notre Dame, Worcester, Tri-County Regional Folk Tech, Ludlow, Essex, North Shore, Blackstone Valley Regional, Chicopee, Manchusett Regional, Medford, Linfield, Belchertown, Greater Lowell Tech, Oakmont Regional, Hudson, Pembroke, Greater Lawrence Tech, Nauset Regional, Boston Latin Academy, Saugus, Ursuline Academy, Burncoat, O'Brien, and Holyoke rounded out the top 40 that qualified. In the round of 8, Dighton Rehoboth over St. Mary's, 16-13. That must have been a barn burner. Apponequet Regional over Tantascwa Regional, 4-2. Norton 7, Gloucester 1, and Joseph Case 5 over Greater New Bedford Volk. In the semifinals, Apponequet Regional 2-1 over Dighton Rehoboth, and Case over Norton 3-1. Those must have been two fantastic games. And last night at Worcester State, Joseph Case won the state Division III softball championship against Apponequet Regional 5-1.
Congratulations to Case High School.
Congratulations, Case High School. I just want to say this. Apponequet and Case, two excellent programs. It seems every year that they're in the mix some way, somehow. Congratulations to Joseph Case High School.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what I feel about Walpole. The Rebels, they're always in the middle in baseball. And then football, they'll float around. But like it's some baseball. I forget who the coach is over there. It slips my mind. But again, like Division II baseball, you always hear the Rebels, the Walpole Rebels are in the middle. Yeah. All right, so now we'll continue.
Before we get to Case, that is their 4th in a row state championship that they've won, and they've been to 5 in a row.
So you know what your next assignment is, besides helping me out on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're building a dynasty.
See, what you were right about that coach, and you did a great job on that report, by the way. So he was on scene, Jimmy, and he was given we had the semis, right? Semifinals, right? No, Elite 8?
It was the Elite 8 game.
Elite 8 against Greater New Bedford Volk.
Yeah, with the home run in the 6th.
Yeah, and you did a great ball, went off the center field's glove over dead center. Yeah. She had it in her glove and hit the tip of her glove. She never completed the play. Went off her glove over the fence, dead center field. Unbelievable. Yeah. I felt a tough way so bad.
That's a tough way to lose a game.
Oh, and it was what, 1-1 still?
I think it was 2-1 maybe.
Oh, it was 2-1 them.
Yeah,
it was 2-1
down.
Yeah, they were down.
Yeah,
and that was in the Elite 8 game.
Yeah, that was the Elite 8 game. Yeah, that was a good. You did a great job covering that game. By the way, you're welcome.
First time doing it.
Right, we more to come. I hope.
Started off
right. Can add it to your repertoire.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what do you got? What do you got there, old man?
I got a Division III baseball with all 46 teams that have made it.
Awesome.
Long list. So we're going to start off one with Pittsfield, going down North Reading, Middleborough, Falmouth, Apponequet, Fairhaven, Norwell, Hanover, Bishop Fenwick, Gloucester, Swampscott, Shawsheen Valley Tech, Dracut, Hudson, Weston, Dighton Rehoboth, Newburyport, Auburn, Groton, Dunstable, Joseph Case, there we go, Arlington Catholic, Danvers, Nauset Regional, Greater Lowell Tech, East Longmeadow, Pentucket Regional, Taconic, maybe?
Which one is it?
Taconic. Taconic.
Oh, Teconic.
Teconic. My
Yep,
apologies.
That's okay.
Followed by them at the 28th spot is Linfield. Martha's Vineyard follows them. Then Blackstone Valley Regional, Essex North Shore, Medway, Pembroke, North Middlesex, Oakmont, Medfield, Stoneham, the Cardinal Spellman, Old Rochester Regional, Tri-County, Nantucket, Greater Lawrence Tech, Holyoke, Montechusett, Ludlow, and Worcester Tech. Going into the lead 8, Hanover, all gas, putting up 9 runs against Pittsfield in a 9-0 win. Apponequet Regional will take down Dracut 6-1. Weston will defeat Norwell 5-1. Middleborough edges one out against Fairhaven 1-0. Great game there. Hanover is going to fall to Apponequet Regional 2-1. And then Middleborough took down Weston 2-1. A lot of close games in
Oh my God.
in the D3 tournament there. But the final, Apponequet Regional versus Middleborough, would be played today at 3 p.m. at Polar Park.
There you go. And that is Division
3. That's D3 baseball.
There we go. What a lot of close games going on over there as I try to.
3 one-run games right there in the semifinals,
That's good
then one in the
baseball.
final 8.
Those are the games I like to umpire, Jimmy, when they're close like that. You know, good
you
games.
You don't want to be out there in a hot sun and it's a 19-0 game. Yeah.
Oh, you've done that You've done that in 40 years. Is that what you're trying to tell
I've
me?
had a few of them. Like I say, I've had a few of them.
You don't get enough fingers and toes to count how many
Although I
times you
did do a good game this year. I had an extra inning JV game.
Yeah.
11 innings.
Really?
It was Fairhaven and Apponequet.
Really?
And it was a JV game.
Fairhaven and Apponequet. Oh, that's a southeast matchup
Yep.
right there,
Yeah.
right?
South Coast Conference.
South
man.
Coast, yeah, the South Coast
Yeah,
Conference.
11
small too,
11
small
innings.
division.
Small.
The funny part about it was 6-0 going into the 4th inning,
Yeah,
and then it became 6-2, 6-4, then 6-6
Right.
in the 7th inning, and then we ended up playing 4 more innings.
wow.
So it
How bad
was,
was heat that day? Was it pretty bad?
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Have you ever heard of? So I found this out when I did my first World Series in Phoenix City, Alabama. Florida water. Have you guys ever heard of that? Florida water.
No.
No, I have not.
So you probably don't remember this because you're too young, and I'm pretty sure. I am amazing myself. So I'm going to throw Jimmy right in the middle of this too. So when we used to go to the barber, right? They used to shave our neck with a razor. Remember that?
Yep.
And then they'd hit it with a warm towel, and they put this alcohol on your neck to like help with your pores, I guess. I don't know. And it stunk like kind of like a rub. It was rubbing alcohol, so it was called Florida water. So I'm sweating my cojones off. It's probably the nicest way to say it on a kids show. And my umpire in chief was from Arkansas, Jimmy Bryant, nice guy. Your grandfather knows him very well. He just retired from doing the big stage games there. So he takes the Florida water, puts it in a cooler with ice, like ice water, puts a rag in there, so that's going to save your life. I'm like, I ain't putting that on my face. Are you kidding me? That ain't going on my neck. So what happens? It's Hawaii playing North Carolina. It's getting hot. I'm like, whoa. Jim knows what I mean. Well, you do too.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, whoa, I'm going down. I rinsed it out. I'm like, I could smell the rubbing alcohol. I put it in the back of my neck. My whole body temperature came down. I was like, that was a lifesaver. Unbelievable.
Man, dude, was
That's a good lesson out there for these teams that are playing in these tournaments, and a day like today where it's 90+ degrees.
Right, but I figured they're down there, and hey, what do we do up here in the north? We tough it out. No one ever told us about rubbing alcohol before, nothing like that.
Yeah.
We just rubbed it. I almost said that wrong. We just worked it out. We just worked it out, went with the flow. We drank a lot of water every now and then. Jim and I would say, can you get us a Gatorade? Because, we're feeling a little, and that helps you cool down a little bit, right? Otherwise, no one ever told us about that. Mm-hmm. So when I told the other guys I was going to get everybody at the association, they're like, what's that for? I'm like, you know what? I ain't wasting the money. Because you guys, you'll give it to a salon or something.
No, that's a great story.
Right.
And it's, like I said, very educational for teams that are playing, June and July.
Right.
That could use. I remember when I was coaching one time. I was coaching in a tournament. This is years ago, and we were playing. It was like 95 degrees. The game was in Seekonk. It was a district game.
Yep.
And I'm coaching the All Stars, and my catcher was like just burning up. And I did similar to what you're talking about with just plain ice water.
Yeah.
Putting towels on them after every half inning and just keep them cool. I mean,
It's something.
You gotta do.
You got to do
the
it.
weather can be tough up here at times.
Right.
We all know
It
that.
can get hot. It can get pretty hot. The worst is football.
Now we
training
know what they
camp.
do down
Yeah.
south. Why they have all like
Yeah, exactly. I never realized
great
that.
players because they refresh themselves with rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, they put that stuff in. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we're going to try to finish up. We are going to finish up the boys baseball and girls softball results here in great state of Massachusetts. We'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here in WARA 1320. Diving right back into our 2026 spring playoff high school show. And we're going to get this, come back from the break, we're going to get started with the Division 5 baseball tournament as English High takes the 1 seed out of the 40 teams that have made it. English High followed by Georgetown, Hopkins Academy, Drury, Greenfield, Maynard, Mount Everett Regional, Charlestown, Hopedale, West Boston.
Yeah.
Boston. I fixed myself there.
You did a great job. Good catch.
Westfield Technical Academy, Ware, Madison Park Vocational, Lenox Memorial, Franklin County Tech, Pioneer Valley Regional, Palmer, Monson, Rockport, Brighton, Keefe Tech, Cape Cod Regional, Turner's Fall, Hull, Toronto Regional, Boston International, Wareham, Bartlett, Athol, McCann Tech, Millis, Ruth Baston Academy, Munitz Academy, Gateway Regional, Roxbury Prep Charter, Norfolk County, Lee, Boston Collegiate Charter, Atlantis Charter, and Neighborhood House.
There you go. And I'm going to try to keep up with that, and I'm going to give you Division 4 girls softball. And there were, here we go, 42 teams that qualified. And here are your 42 teams that qualified in Division 4 girls softball. Advanced Math and Science is number 1, Hampshire Regional, Twinsboro, Frontier Regional, Oxford, Millbury, Waconoa Regional, Manchester, Essex, Lunenburg, Bellingham, East Bridgewater, Seekonk, West Bridgewater, Uxbridge, Sandwich, Monomoy, Clinton, Abington, Narragansett Regional, Hamilton, Wenham, topping off the 20th spot. Continue on, Cohasset, Lowell Catholic, Northbridge, Amesbury, Ipswich, Ayers, Shirley, East Hampton, Mills, Mount Greylock Regional, St. Bernard's, Monument Mountain, Triton Regional, Old Colony, Votech, Gardner's, Sturridge Charter East, Minuteman Regional, Southwick Regional, Academy of Notre Dame, East Boston, Smith Voltech, Quanabog Regional, Excel Academy Charter. Those are the 40. My God, I need a glass of water. Those are the 42 teams that qualified in the Elite Eight in Division 4 girls softball. Advanced Math and Science, they beat Lunenburg 5-0. West Bridgewater loses to Seekonk 6-3. Hampshire Regional, they beat Wacona Regional 7-1. Toonsboro, they beat East Bridgewater 9-6. In the Final Four, Advanced Math and Science, they beat Seekonk 4-3. Hampshire Regional, they beat Toonsboro 8-0. Toonsboro beat Hampshire Regional 8-0. And last night, your 2000 Division IV girls softball champions, the number 1 seed, Advanced Math and Science, they beat Toonsboro 8-2. Congratulations to Advanced Math and Science. Moving on to the next one.
Okay, since we're on softball, we'll stick with Division 5 softball. Yep. 39 teams qualify for the tournament from 1 to 10. Hoosac Valley, Georgetown, Hopedale, Maynard, West Boylston, Granby, Monson, Bristol County Agricultural, Lenox Memorial, Tohoto Regional rounded out the top 10 from 11 to 20. Turners Falls, Franklin County Tech, McCann Tech, Hopkins Academy, Greenfield, Douglas, Pioneer Valley Regional, David Prouty, Mohawk Trial Regional, and rounding out the top 20, Wareham. From 21 to 39, Rising Tide Charter, Holbrook, Drury, Palmer, Ware, Rockport, Whittinsville Christian, English High, Hull, Smith Academy, Lee, Norfolk County Agricultural, Muniz Academy, Mayhaw Regional, Boston Collegiate Charter, Edward M. Kennedy Academy, Roxbury Prep, Boston International, and at 39 Neighborhood House. In the Elite 8, Lenox Memorial versus Hoosac Valley. Lenox Memorial won 3-2. Maynard 4-1 over Franklin County Tech. Georgetown 5-0 over Monson. And Hopedale over Granby 12-0. In the semifinals, Maynard 5, Lenox Memorial 1, Hopedale 9, Georgetown 6. In the championship game, which is got underway about 35 minutes ago at Worcester State, would be Hopedale and Maynard. So that game's in progress, the championship game in Division 5 softball.
Good luck to both those teams. Now pivoting back to D5 baseball for the round of 8, as English High knocked off Hopedale 10-0. Drury was able to pull away from Keefe Tech 6-0. Georgetown slipped past West Boylston 4-2. And Hopkinton Academy was able to overcome Maynard 4-1. Going to the semifinals, English High held off Drury in a score of 3-2. Georgetown stays hot, winning 6-1 over Hopkinton Academy, and Georgetown will keep that momentum going into the final, taking down English High 3-2 as Georgetown is your Division 5 high school baseball state champion.
Did we miss you on that?
Yeah, I read the teams on the back, and then you took over there.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not cool. I'm so sorry.
We circled back to it. We got it done.
We did get it done. And I know Jim has one more to do, right?
I do have one more. Division 4 baseball. 47 teams qualify for the tournament. Wow, that's a lot of teams.
Get them all in there.
47 teams qualify for the tournament. 1 to 10 was Hamilton, Wenham, East Bridgewater, Dennis Yarmouth, Millbury, St. John Paul II, Rockland, Seekonk, Sandwich, Abington, and Oxford. From 11 to 20, Boston Latin Academy, Nipmuc Regional, Wacona Regional, Frontier Regional, Manchester Essex, Amesbury, Clinton, Triton Regional, Blue Hills Regional, Mashpee at the 20 spot. From 21 to 30, Carver, Old Connolly Regional, Uxbridge, Lunenburg, Cohasset, Upper Cape Cod Regional, Ipswich, Bellingham, Lowell Catholic, and at number 30, West Bridgewater. 31 to 47, Northbridge, Advanced Math and Science, Sutton, Mystic Valley Regional Charter, St. Bernard's, South Hadley, Leicester, Ayers, Shirley, Hampshire Regional, Quibbin, Regional, Gardner, Narragansett Regional, St. Mary's Parish, Westfield, Lynn Voc Tech, Westport, Smith Vocational, and Maimonides School. In the round of 8, this was probably the best game at the state level in the tournament, in my opinion. Hamilton Wenham 2-1 over Sandwich. Took 8 innings to finish that game.
Wow.
So that was the only, I believe, the only extra inning game in the tournament at any level. St. John Paul II beat Millbury 1-0. Seekonk over East Bridgewater 5-2. Dennis Yarmouth 5-0 over Rockland. In the semifinals, Hamilton Wenham 10-0 over St. John Paul II. Seekonk 7-4 over Dennis Yarmouth. And I stand corrected. That game went 9 innings. So we had 2 extra inning games in the Division 4 tournament. And in the championship game, in fact, they're playing right now at Polo Park. Game started at noontime, so they're about 40 minutes in. It's Hamilton Wenham against Seekonk.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get the. Now I'm gonna be a nosebeak. So I think we got them all caught up, right? I think we did it,
Yep.
right? So let's see if I can. I always want to use a stupid cliche. Let's see if I can cheat and get a result. So let's see what Seekonk did. Let's see if we get a result on their Twitter page. Sometimes, sometimes they're really good. Nope. Doesn't say. Nothing there.
Talking about the
40 minutes in, they're probably into the 3rd inning right now.
Yeah, right.
Talking about extra inning games in a D3 baseball tournament, 1-0 win from number 4 Falmouth facing 29 Martha's Vineyard. Game went 9 innings. The 29 ranked
That's
team
awesome.
was over.
So that's the third tournament game that we know of.
All right,
that
so
went in
I'm gonna
extra
add,
innings.
I'm gonna add a little bit more because I actually paid attention to what Jimmy Sylvia was saying over there. So I got a couple more Division II boys baseball. We have the semifinals. Shame on me. There I am yelling it, and I didn't. That was actually 8 innings, and that was Milton and St. Mary's and boys Division II. And that's here's another one. Walpole and Longmeadow in the Elite 8. You know what it was? I was reading the scores so fast, I forgot the small writing in between.
Yeah.
And with that being said, Longmeadow went 13 innings, Jimmy, in Division 2.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I missed that one. Let me see what other one. I missed.
Division 4 had a game in the round of 32. Old Colony Regional against Boston Latin was 1-0, and that went 11 innings.
And now I got to apologize to our Attleboro kids because in the Final Four, and again, I looked by, I just read the scores, didn't do what Jimmy did. 11 innings, Attleboro. It took 11 innings for Attleboro to beat Central Catholic in Division I girls softball.
So that between all divisions, that's 6 extra inning games.
I got another one.
We've had. Oh, mate, now it's 7.
Division IV girls softball. This was in the Sweet 16, and it was Manchester Essex. Lunenburg beat Manchester Essex in 9 innings, 10-7, and I apologize because you guys are all over it, and I feel like I'm holding you back. But so how many total was 7? Was it 7 we counted?
7. I got a few more on this.
What do you got?
In the first round, I got Marshfield and Westfield went into 9 innings, 1-0. That was a 2 versus a 31 seed.
Yeah.
31. I was almost able to edge out the upset there. But then right after that, Marshfield got in another overtime game. Or extra inning game.
Yeah, yeah.
Apologies.
That's all right.
9 innings. They were able to edge that one out 3-2. And that's a Division II softball.
There you go.
And then I think I had one more on a Division V baseball tournament as Mount Everett Regional took on West Bolston in an 8-inning game with the final score of 13-8.
So we did have quite a few.
Yeah.
So
there's a few there.
between boys and girls, we're at about 10.
Yeah, right around 10. Yep. All right. With that being said, we're going to take our last break. If you want to call in, we're gonna try to plan our schedule for the next couple months. When we come back from this last break, and give you an idea who we think we're going to grab, and we're going to go to work. Just to give you guys a little taste of what we have in mind. And you want to call in 508-222. 1320. I'm sorry I didn't put the number out there because I wanted us to get this done and make sure we bragged about all these great schools. With that being said, we'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here, WARA 1320. And I'm missing the intro music today.
I know. Sorry, fellas.
Gets me ready, gets me dialed in, but without it today.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah. Get you all.
Yeah,
But we're going to fix that. Jim, we're going to pick some music once we get a chance to listen to some of the non-copyright. All right. So let's write this down. Like we said when we went back to our last break, we got 15 minutes. So we got the Atlantis Charter, and we're talking about future interviews. Atlantis Charter football, right?
Yep.
Football.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Working on that one. The new coach at Case.
Head football coach at Case High School.
All right, Case High School.
Yeah, he's from the area, so that'd
Head
be
coach.
nice seeing
Yeah.
how he's going to work with that.
Yeah, I like
being
hearing
in
their insight when they educate us on how they look at the game. I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we had a couple of weeks back, we had a newborn coach and a new Attleboro coach. Very interesting guys, like you said, get their insight, see how they look at things. Everybody looks at things differently. See how they look at the game and what they're planning for the future. Those are great interviews.
Yeah, I like seeing how much they differ in coaching styles. They're at the same level. They're both here, and they have completely opposite ideas of how to coach a team. Like DeBorn, he said he wasn't very big on conditioning and all that stuff. And I think the week before that, the other head coach was like, "Yeah, no, conditioning all summer."
Right? Isn't that? I like that perspective because they have their own madness to their the way they want to go.
Again, everybody looks at things differently, but not to say who's right, who's wrong, but you do what works for you.
Exactly.
All right, the second one I got, and I'm only going up my list. The other one I have is the King Philip. Maybe I can figure out why I'm messing up the King Philip thing. But the baseball champs, maybe we can get the seniors in. We'll talk King Philip State Championship baseball in Division II. We don't know about Division I. Anything else? Any other schools out there local? Well, Seekonk. Did Seekonk?
Well, they're playing right now, so
We have no
that's
idea.
a possibility.
Yeah.
I could probably reach
Case
out to
softball.
Awesome.
somebody there.
Got Case softball. I got
just
Case
if
softball.
If I fail from getting Case softball in here, then
There
I don't know
goes
where my
your-
connections can
There
bring
goes
me.
your internship. No.
You're fired.
I bet your father stood up in his chair when he heard that, right? Who else though? I still want to try to get Brian Lee from King Philip, only because the guy's, he's like, in my opinion, he's like the, not I want to say Bill Parcells, but the man when it comes to high school football. He has so many state titles, and that's Brian Lee from King Philip.
Get a lot of experience over 40 years.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right.
Speaking of King Philip, the D2 softball championships between King Philip and Somerset Berkeley, both schools around here.
Right around the corner,
Exactly.
right? So we wait for that champion.
Yeah,
What time they throwing the ball?
First pitch is at 2:30 there.
So yeah, and it's probably not going to do. That's one thing about one thing I want as we have a chance to get bigger, if you will, where we can maybe go to these sites and offer play-by-play and. You know what I mean, and do something. I love doing that because I want to do it for Little League. I know I can do. I know they'll let us do it for Cal Ripken baseball. That's not. We could come out, three of us could go do a game on the radio here, as long as the time's free and no one's using the station. They'll let us broadcast in a heartbeat.
That'd be awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I did it for Little League, Attleboro, Taunton East, Bridgewater. It was a lot of fun. East Bridgewater, and the locals are listening. They get to hear their kids' names on the radio and be in the podcast. They can hear it out of state and stuff like that, which is
that's
awesome. All right, so right now I only have 5. Again, I have Atlantis Charter. We have the new Case High School football coach, Case State champs, King Philip baseball state champs, Brian Lee, the ex-coach over there for football at King Philip. And we're just waiting. We're just trying to see if Fian wins tonight. Taunton could win another state championship tonight against Attleboro. Or Attleboro could catch them off balance. You never know. To Taunton's credit, Attleboro knows they're going into that game as a serious underdog. But hopefully the girls will just take it as another game and compete.
Bishop Fian, too. They're playing 6 p.m. tonight.
Yep, Fian's still in the ball.
Boxer. They're still in the hunt with Captain Memorial tomorrow night.
I totally
tonight.
I totally forgot about Middleborough and Apponequet, right down the road.
Yep.
That's another good interview we can get in here.
Mm-hmm.
Get them and help them promote their program and get a chance to tell us how what it took to be on that team and what it felt to win the state title, and anyone, what I mean. It's good. I love to get their insight on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those are just some of them, and we gotta. This is only.
The thing is too, like being a high school kid and winning the state championship, they're few and far between.
Yeah.
And not everybody gets that opportunity, so these kids should be cherishing the opportunity. And if they do win, lifetime memories with guys you grew up with. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Like at Case, their senior class, all they know is state champion. That's 4 straight years. Like my younger sister, she's just 4-time state champion on that team.
Do they get rings? Do the girls buy them? Do they buy rings?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I used to think how expensive that would be when they do that, but I guess it's not a dime a dozen. But there's companies that'll burn them out like that.
It's like anything else down here. You get some sponsorships behind you.
Yeah.
Defray some of the cost, but that's awesome. A graduating class, all on one finger.
Wow.
All in one hand.
I don't know anything but winning.
Well, I don't want to start any trouble. There was a big guy to my right that was kind of intimidated by this little softball head coach over at Case High School. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. But you did a great job with your interview. You did a great job. I don't know why you were shaking when you were looking down at it with the mic, but she was a dominant. She had control of those troops.
Yeah, no, dude, she's a great coach.
She really is.
Dude, their last 3 games, they all won them in the 5th or 6th inning. The last 3 games. State championship, they put it out in the 5th is when they took the lead. Game before that, same thing in the 5th. And the game that we were at, it was the 6th inning. They got it done.
Yeah.
So, dude, she's able to keep them up, keep them going. Again, if you're able to go to a state championship 5 straight years, like your coach is doing something right.
That's a dynasty,
right?
Exactly.
And you know what? Not to pick on these private Catholic schools, but that tells maybe these parents, maybe I don't need to pay that extra $40,000 to go to a private school when when I can get an education at Case High School, Joseph Case, and get some notoriety and compete on a very good softball team.
Very, very good. And in the year they lost, it was my junior year, their first time going to the state championship in the run that they've had. They lost like 1-0, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Almost positive. So, dude, they've been in it, and they've been, again, a dominant team for a while.
Right.
We've all been involved in sports for a while, obviously. And if Dom and I have coached in the past, and just as well as I do, that discipline goes a long way. And I'm not talking about discipline where you're in trouble, little Tommy's in trouble. I'm talking about when I in this case I'm using the word discipline. I'm talking about being focused, having team goals, putting yourself, putting a team ahead of yourself. And and I think it sounds like this Case team and this coach takes that to the extreme where they're focused on what they're doing. I mean, you don't get the 5 state championships in a row without doing something right.
Right. Oh yeah, that's totally true.
Absolutely.
Same thing with now to jump to Division 1. You get the Taunton girls. That's another dynasty up there.
They went on a great run this year.
I mean, and they got the other girl who was their ace last year when they won it, Lincoln. She was on national TV pitching for Texas Tech against.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? She didn't win the game, but she was throwing some heat on that hill as a freshman. and she's only going to get stronger and, and better.
And as a coach, what could be better than that? One of your kids are on national television.
Yeah.
You know, playing college ball, and you know, you've had some influence on that somewhere along the line.
Right.
I mean, you swell up with pride.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I would think
whenever I'm home, I volunteer to coach my old Case High School, their track team, the throw program, and we have one kid, and he is an animal. And it's whenever he always said to me, like, "Oh, look what I threw at this meet," and said to me the picture, and he gets first, and it's the best feeling ever. It's like that
is a good feeling. And what's that kid's name? Let's give him a shout out.
Kaiser. He is out of Case High School, only a junior right now. He I think finished 7 in states at Case, finished 7 in the discus throw, big disc thrower. But yeah, hope he's looking at some schools right now, so hopefully he'll
for him.
Yeah, get to throw in college.
Hopefully he gets to go to school and continue with his track career. And who knows? Maybe someday you're going to turn on the TV and he's going to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, dude, he's
that's so true. That's so true.
Awesome. I remember my first day walking in there, like my first time coming to coach. He's 4 years younger than me, so our paths never crossed in high school. And the head coach comes up to me, he's like, "Yo, work with this kid. Like, he can be nasty." I'm like, "All right." Like, I've heard that before about people. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll work with them." Start off a little rough. Like, again, you can't pick up a disc and randomly just throw it good. It's one of the, like...
It's like hitting a baseball. There's mechanics involved.
It is like the least forgiving thing for high school throwing, at least.
People don't appreciate it. I know I don't. I mean, I look, I'm like, oh, he's just throwing a thing. He's just throwing a disc.
Again, not to be a dead horse, but that discipline and having that focus, goes a long way. And you can't... A lot of times you can't coach that. If a kid's got his mind made up that he wants to be the class clown, then he's gonna do his thing. And if you can get to him, fine. It's all well and good. But for the most part, I mean, it's tough. I mean, you can get a kid who has that focus and has that ability to, I'm putting the team first.
Yeah, it's exactly.
It goes a long way. I mean.
That is so
he's
cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and then he just all of a sudden picked it up. I'm like, "Oh, dude, he's going to be as good as I was in high school." Then I'm like, "Oh, he passed me."
Right.
Now
That's funny.
Now he's trying to hawk down the school record, which I have full faith in him doing. So
that's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. So before I forget, I just want to let everybody know that all of us at 4 Deep Sports Talk and want to congratulate all these teams. I should have said in the beginning of the show that all these teams that qualified, all the teams that are playing for the state title, we all wish you the best. Unfortunately, we can have one winner. And kudos to all those teams that qualified in boys and girls softball and boys baseball, girls softball. And I just want to make sure we get that shout out there because it's well deserved. A lot of you guys know like we just talked about before, not beating a bad horse, but not beating a dead horse or whatever. But the point is, I just think the one reason I love to do this is because we have a chance to give them that spotlight. I mean, right now we could have, hypothetically around the country, we could have like, say, 4,800 people listen, or we could have 2 people listening. But the idea is the word is getting out about these kids and what they're doing here in spring sports and the roundup. We should. Well, first I wanted to do lacrosse, and I've never really dove into lacrosse. But I was thinking maybe we should, we should look and get in those championships. I need to get educated in lacrosse. When I look at lacrosse, we got about 3 minutes left, and I don't want to beat this up, but it's almost like glorified hockey on grass.
It's getting very popular.
It is. It is a lot of scoring. People love seeing scoring.
Remember that first started becoming popular, like my senior year. A bunch of kids from one of the schools we're playing moved over to lacrosse. It's like they lost a lot of kids to it in that sport, and that was like
and I think that's what's hurt in baseball in the youth level too. That and soccer and then some. Sometimes kids don't have that. Not all kids, but just some kids don't want to. Like my grandson, he plays baseball because he loves hockey because he's moving. He can't sit still. If he's catching, he's cool. If he's at third or in the outfield, he's sitting down. He's 9 years old. Doesn't want to be bothered. It's just the kids. I don't know.
The most important thing is kids doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter what sport. It doesn't matter what sport it is, or even if it's not a sport. If it's a school activity, get these kids doing something. Get them focused on something, and just you don't want to be stagnant.
Right.
Yeah,
You want 'em to do
absolutely.
something.
My dad always said is the idle hands are the devil's playground, and that's something that's always keep your kids busy, keep them doing something in the
That's
sport.
that's an awesome statement.
Love it.
So with that being said, as my mind's always going, and I get in trouble for it, is that Jacob Janicki, who already did the introduction off our Twitter and Instagram, right?
Mhm.
He is gonna, now that we get the champions, Jake is gonna let you know who won the Final Four, we'll go Final Four on,
Yeah.
and you'll do another. We just got to pick a date. So look forward to seeing that on our Twitter and Instagram page. He doesn't look happy like he wants to do it.
Nah, I'd love to do that. That was awesome last
Keep
time.
them busy.
Oh yeah. Well, it's more productive. Just this, and he has to just get this done, and that's his internship.
Intimidating board.
Intimidating
Yeah.
that bad. It's basically a soundboard for like a mixer.
Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be on a spaceship.
Right? The biggest thing
Looking
is
at it gives me a headache.
biggest thing is watching this, and now we didn't have any music to go into. So many times I blew that up, and just watching the volume, make sure you guys are regulated right, so you're not too loud.
Like you said, we're doing pretty good, and we're
Yeah.
providing the service to high school sports, and hopefully we get more popular as time goes by, and more people take advantage of what we're doing, and
Right.
all we're trying to do is promote high school sports,
Right.
which there's nothing wrong with that.
The goal.
All right, so with that, see if I can run this. All right, so we got about 20 seconds. For Jim Sylvia, Jacob Janicki, I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk. We're going to post on our Twitter page and our Instagram page the final results of high school girls softball and boys baseball. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a safe weekend. Yeah, a happy weekend, whatever. We'll catch you next time, everybody.